Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to this channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. I just want to put out there before I even jump in to who again, everything is that the energy is crazy today. And my internet is just not stable. I've tried to do so many live streams on today, and I keep getting cut off. I keep being interrupted today. It's like no matter what, it's like the energy, it's like I feel like there's some weird vortex that's trying to stop me. That's what it feels like, you know? And it's like, oh, last month I was saying we had, we were in retrograde. Every single planet had two eclipses. It's the energy is crazy. We're in spiritual times right now. And how that refers to the planet in your reading, you may say, why do I want to even know? Well, because again, we're evolving into higher states of consciousness, whether we want to or not. And so part of that is a great awakening. And so what we're seeing is we see a lot of things that we don't like. We're seeing a lot of things that we don't really understand. And it's creating a divide. It's creating a lot of tumultuous energy, emotional energy, because it makes people angry. It makes people, again, fearful. It brings up a lot of different emotions. And so, which, by the way, a lot of times can cloud who we truly are. And who we truly are at its basic level is the energy of unconditional love. When we are in a place of unconditional love, we're at our most balanced, we're open to receiving. But when we have our spiritual blocks, those spiritual blocks are psychological and emotional. And we begin to have habits and behaviorisms that are in alignment with those, imbalances. And so that is why we form shadows. That's why we wear masks. The shadow parts of self are the parts of ourselves that we reject, the parts of ourselves that aren't working, the parts of ourselves that we fear, that we're like feel in that are inadequate, that are not good enough. And then when we feel that there's something wrong with us, we try to overcompensate or undercompensate for whatever it is that we're perceiving. But what we're perceiving is not coming from the truth. And the truth is when we come from the higher self, and the higher self is the God part of self. And that is the energy of unconditional love. That's the energy of the universe. The energy of the universe is, we know it as prana, we know it as oxygen. Well, it's also spirit. Breath is spirit. But when we have a lot of spiritual blockages, we can actually feel the stress in our body. It makes it very difficult for energy to navigate through the body again, right? So prana is supposed to nourish your cells, your organs, your, every part of your body. But when you're blocked, it makes it very difficult. And so sickness and disease really are manifestations of living spiritually imbalanced because you're really only in physical form to learn and to manifest. What you're supposed to be learning is that you are not separate from God, which is the energy of unconditional love. And when we're in our best self, our higher self, what we perceive within our outer world is what we feel internally. And collectively, a lot of us are feeling the same thing, no matter what side you're on, whatever, whoever you voted for, as a president, it's again, there's still a fear because this is pretty much everyone wants the same thing, which is to be happy, to be in a place of abundance, to be in a place of love, to be open to receiving, and receiving is just anything from a good relationship to a good job to experiencing different experiences within the world that are going to bring you joy and fulfillment and be able to maintain you staying in a high vibration. What we're seeing again is what's a lot of people's blocks. A lot of people's spiritual traumas that are manifested within the physical world. And what way that we really see it is within the relationships. So I feel like everything I tried to do today, like there the energy just kept cutting off like the internet, like and everything which I've tried, I feel like again, there's a vortex that's trying to stop me. But you know, when we learn to surrender, when we learn to let go of like the outcome, and we don't judge the process, which is really difficult, um, we actually are able to manifest. We're actually able to create, you know, everything that we want, that we desire. But there's the belief that something or someone can take that from us. But when we again are really living through a spiritual war, what it means is that we have to keep our mind towards what we want to see, what we want to manifest. We have to embody the energy that we want to become, what we want to see. And that's really difficult when we're dealing with people and situations and experiences that are telling us otherwise. So, if you have an awareness of why your relationships look the way that they do, then you're able to implement new habits, new behaviorisms, and that is how you shape shift a situation. We're able to shape shift situations because there's many realities that play it at one time. Your level of consciousness is the perception that, you know, that is a cultivation of all your experiences, is what I'm trying to say. All right. Now, I never know why I say what I say in the beginning of a reading. I'm just called to be an open conduit for spirit to speak for whatever spirit wants you to know, whatever, is going to be the most beneficial. Okay, so the underlining energy is self-righteousness. And we're going to pull another one. Is exquisiteness. So I feel like you're in separation with someone that feels like you're being self-righteous because you do something different. You get a lot of attention. You're someone that I feel like for a lot of you, you guys are influencers or again, actresses or something in the musicians I'm hearing. So because you're out in the spotlight and you do something different from like a regular job and something that draws a lot of attention to you, this person feels like you're acting self-righteous, like you don't need to give in to them. And the irony is that people see who they are, not really who you are. So when you're dealing with a person that projects, it's because, again, you're triggering this person. So you're in separation from somebody right now that perceives that you're self-righteous. Because again, it's different, but this person tends to be self-righteous, but more from in a disrespectful way. And part of that is they're very prideful where they'll do things and they don't apologize. So when a person continually shows disrespect and they know that this is what they're doing, they're trying to actually put you in a place of submission, like to make you, not like to relinquish your power. And your power is just your individuality, your truth. Your truth is your exquisiteness. People love who you are. It's this person is triggered because they want to be seen that way. So I'm feeling a lot of like narcissistic energy, and that's really what I'm feeling. That this person tends to create a lot of drama, and like again, over the top behavior means that they tend to be very grandiose. So they want a lot of attention. So see, they see your exquisiteness and you get a lot of attention because of your exquisiteness, something that you do. Again, that you live your truth, you live authentically. This person does not live authentically. They again create a lot of over the top behavior, again, creating drama for control. So that means they'll talk to a lot of people. That means they make up stories, they lie, they manipulate, they gaslight. But the whole while, you feel like they're searching for someone else. They're not confident in themselves. You always feel like they have one foot in, one foot out. And the reason why is because you're not in search for something. You understand that the kingdom of heaven's inside of you. You understand that you are in charge of your happiness, that you're in charge of your life. You're not just going to like hand over your power to this person. You're not going to relinquish your power, no matter how much drama they create. This person's used to hanging out with lower energies, attracting people that, they create a lot of drama. But when they're creating drama, they're not creating intimacy. They're not creating moments that build trust. It's not that they don't have people that have feelings for them, but their feelings then become really toxic, where then they'll feel like they're controlled. And so this person tends to be detached emotionally. So again, they make people crazy because they're not really emotionally invested in the connection. So they usually have all the power in the connection. That's the thing. It's like you're not in search for anything to fulfill you. You fulfill yourself. This is part of your exquisiteness. Because again, whatever you do, you're doing it every single day and you're great doing it. You get a lot of attention for it. It gives you energy, right? You're not looking for that fulfillment outside of you. This person's used to being with people that don't know how to fill their own cup. You're someone that does. This person tried to come in and act the way that they always act within relationships. They want to act really avoidant and not really be in a committed relationship, but be in one that's more where they're dominant, where they're the person that runs the show, that that they have to feel the need to be needed, but they're creating that dynamic by emotionally not being there, which usually creates a lot of anger, right? It's like that's the thing where the person usually comes consumed by them, consumed because it's again controlling. Because emotionally, their needs are not met. You don't need somebody to fill you. That's the thing. It's like you're someone that's on a higher vibration. This person misjudged you. This person doesn't know really, didn't know who you were. I don't feel like they ever dealt with anyone like you before. So when we look and we see, it's again that they wanted you to be consumed with them. What we know is that they were putting in a lot of energy and trying to manipulate the environment to get you to perceive something. But what they didn't realize is they're focusing on you, right? So the chemistry between like you guys is off the chart. This is what they feel. And I feel like it's because they created a lot of sexual tension, right? Because when you have chemistry with somebody, and you're not feeding it, then what happens is the imagination takes over. This person likes who you are. There's a part of this person that wants to be you, or likes or would like to be doing what you're doing, likes again that you get a lot of attention, that you're fulfilled in your life, you have focus, you have direction. Again, this person I don't feel like has purpose, which is why they come in and they have to play a lot of games in the relationship because they feel empty, but they do have chemistry with you. And so normally they are able to remove themselves by playing these games and have a person get really angry and chase after them. But the thing is, that's not what happened. This person kept playing games. You're not paying attention to them because they're not feeding you. You're feeding yourself, meaning emotionally feeding you, but they're focused on you and they're growing more and more feelings for you. So, because they did what they did to maintain control, not because they didn't have feelings or chemistry. The whole point of them wanting control is because there is a lot of chemistry. They don't want you to have power over them, but now you actually have power over them. And it's because they weren't, again, they weren't thinking. They actually made the law of attraction like work against them because they're focused on you and they're doing all this so that you grow an attachment to them, but you're not focused on them. You're in the energy of unconditional love, doing what you love, getting a lot of attention. This person is getting a little bit agitated because you're getting attention, so they like getting worried and they're focused on you. So they're loving you more and more. And they again, they wish that you were here with them right now. It's like they don't really like what they created, but what they created was from playing a lot of games, from going into this relationship and treating you like how they treat everybody else, through not getting to know you, by not nurturing the connection, by going into the connection and just focusing on control. And they actually lost control. And so now they're the ones that have feelings. Now they're the ones that wish that you were there with them. They're making changes for the better in their life because of it. I get emotional when I think of you. Like this person like actually feels like you said enough is enough. I'm not dealing with your bullshit. I'm not dealing with it. It's like, and you didn't deal with it because, like I said, they played a lot of games. They were disrespectful, prideful in their ego. They thought you were going to chase them. They thought you were going to fight to be in this, to hold on to this connection. That's not what happened. Their little plan backfired. Like, is again, they projected. And I feel like this person still, for a long time, projected. Have felt a lot, but was blaming you a lot in the beginning before like they realized that you weren't fooling around. I think this person normally doesn't have emotions when they think about people. They treat people how they want to be treated and then justify it. And the fact that you didn't play along with their game, they couldn't justify anything. They just saw that they were an asshole. And that's why they get emotional when they think about you because they really had feelings for you. But again, their trauma and victimhood fell out when I pulled trauma out. So we're going to take it because of no mistakes. So I feel like, this person like will continue to project until they heal their trauma. And their trauma happened because again, like whatever happened in a previous relationship. So this is what happens when a person like decides that they're going to be in full control, that they're going to navigate the relationship and how they're going to strategize to get what they want, but to be safe. This is what this person did. They said, I want to be with you, but I wanted to have it on my terms. You'll never be able to hurt me. But what happened is that you're not paying attention to this person at all. You're doing what you're doing. You're getting a lot of attention. People like what you're doing. You're fulfilled. Understand you're in the energy of love by doing what you love. You're connected to source. You're connected to other people. You're balanced. This person's played a lot of games. All that that again drew a connection to you. But the trauma is that they don't really believe that they could be loved. So again, they projected a lot. And really, like, oh, you're self-righteous. No, you aren't self-righteous because you're doing what you love. You're just not going to bend to this person. You're not going to make it easy for them. Understand when you are balanced and you're doing what you love and you're out there, people can perceive, oh, you're stuck up. Oh, you're like, you think who you are, even though that's not who you are. They're projecting because that's who they are. and they know that they're not in their truth. And they know that that because they're not happy. A person that's in a place of victimhood, they're blaming someone else for their life, why they're not happy, where you're not doing that. You're in your own lane, but it triggers a lot of people. It creates a lot of stress for them. Why? Because they don't have control. Because as long as you're doing what you love and you're getting emotionally fed, you're not going to give in to this person. Again, they disrespected you. They were prideful. Again, like they projected a lot of like what are you supposed to apologize for doing what you love? You got to make their life more comfortable. That's the whole thing. You don't need to, is what Spirit is saying. That's their issue. It's like they get people that normally they can manipulate, and then they don't want them anymore. They throw them away. See, that's the thing. This person has an intimacy issue, and by you just focusing on yourself, they grew an emotional connection to you. And so now what they see is they can't just throw you away. Now they're afraid you're going to throw them away. So this is how they create a self-fulfilling prophecy that, is what they're afraid would happen. They created all this bullshit, because they're afraid of abandonment. But obviously, if someone's not feeding you, meaning you're not getting anything emotionally, they're not stimulating you, they're bringing nothing to the table. Why are you going to like take the focus off of something that is emotionally given to you? You're not. And that's the thing. So again, people think that you're self-righteous, or they think that you're a know-it-all, or that you're not, but it's not. It's bringing up their feelings of inadequacy because, again, why are they so focused on you? Where did they lose their time? Well, they're losing their time in controlling you, and you're not focused on it. So again, they're projecting their own fears and limitations onto you. That's really what it is. They need to go within and see themselves, not you. They project their fears. That's what it is. And this is what we say, and this is why they created what they created. Love like ours can change the world. They still feel like a very strong connection because, listen, there's still a soul connection, and that transcends all love, time, and space. And again, what we know is when it's real, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's like it doesn't matter. A lot of times you'll say, "I don't want to love this person." It's like where this person doesn't really feel like they can be loved, and what they see is they're not in charge of love or what it looks like. They can't manipulate it. They can't be safe from it. Really, again, they were trying to be safe from not being hurt. They created hurt. They created the hurt because they still have feelings and they remember how much you cared and that you were real and you were authentic. And now they're ready. So they're like, if you're ready, like our love really could change the world. Like it's really like that powerful. This situation is being caused by the both of us. So again, this person like feels like you could be a little bit more easier on them, which is understand this is of course what they'll want because that's what they're used to. Now, this doesn't mean that that's what you're supposed to do. It could be also control like cause from the both of you because you might still be holding on to this person, wanting them to change, where wanting it to look a certain way, and in enforcing that, it a lot of times that backfires. But I feel for the majority, if this person is just like, you need to make things easy for me, and you're like, I'm not going to make it easy for you. And that's because they're used to that. And they could have a mama that always gave in. And then every relationship, they get to be charming and they know how to, not really have to like pay the karmic consequences. And the karmic consequences is you cannot project onto me. There's karmic consequences. And that means I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to make it easy for you. This again, you keep putting your fears, projecting your fears onto me. And then you try to make me live from a limited way, like offering me less, where that's your issue. I don't want to settle for less. It's like, and stop listening to other people. Learn to listen to yourself. This person's not strong within inside of themselves, so they project their fears onto you, expecting you to give in, expecting, saying that you're also part of the blame, where that's what it would look like from their reality, because they're saying, oh no, I really can't fix this because they're so fearful and terrified because of what has happened. Well, again, that's not your problem. They're coming into the relationship broken and coming in that way, expecting you to settle for less, where it's like, no, it's like they have to do things the right way. I say that because it's, again, they tried to control. They first tried to control you, strategize this connection by being dramatic and creating over the top like behavior to try and steal your energy. But again, they couldn't do that. So now they're in a place of, well, that didn't work. Let me ask other people. So we haven't seen them once go intuitively. Again, though, they do feel that there's love because they're trying. I feel your energy around me, and I wonder, are you thinking of me too? So again, they still feel the connection. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. So I feel like a lot of this is the fact that the dark night of the soul isn't just things going on in their life with you, but other things in their life. Understand, usually you meet a person that's a substance type of relationship, like a soulmate, twin flame, or even a past life karmic mate, like, but that there's a lot of lessons, but there's a lot of love and there's a lot of healing during times of transformation. And this person's, when they go, whenever a person goes through a dark night of the soul, it's because, their life wasn't built on the elements of their life that we're not built on truth. We're not built on trust. We're not built on those higher energies of love. So when things are not built on love and they're built on greed, or they're built on, like shame or guilt or victimization or betrayal, whatever the, again, the lower energy, it's not going to last. So this person might be going through a divorce, or they might be changing jobs. There's some big change within their life. And then here's you, this person that thought that they were going to have their cake and eat it too with you. And you're like, I'm not going to, tolerate the disrespect and whatever games you play. And I'm not even noticing what you do because I'm actually doing what I love and I'm emotionally getting fed, that this person focused so much on you. And now they're going through this dark night of the soul and they're seeing you through a different perception. They're seeing the relationship through a different perception. It's, again, nothing makes sense because now all of a sudden they want to be in a relationship with you, which is why they're asking other people. And they feel abandoned often by other people, that other people have let them down. So it's making them like also reflect, why did I do this? Why did I act like such a jerk? Like, because they see I act like such a jerk. Why did I do it? And it's like they were acting from a place of fear. Other people have let them down. They miss you. They want to stop running away. They want you to stop running away. They're walking home to you. They don't know where they are, but they just know eventually I'm going to make it back to you. And that means that they're healing. They're in a place like you're in their heart and they realize that. But they also pretty much know that they can't come back the way that they were, but they miss you. And it's because, hey, listen, you didn't fight them. You didn't say, hey, this is the way it's going to be. You just kind of like didn't give them the energy at all, which made them, again, have to look at their behavior which again had made them have to look at how you responded. They could have acted, you could have acted like a jerk. You could have acted like, and here it is. It's like you stayed in this high vibrational energy and you didn't create like the drama. And this person is like so taken. And so it's again, they know that they're going to be with you. They just, again, don't know where they are. But what they do know is that this journey is teaching you both about patience. So this person plans on coming back. They plan on it, because I feel like they actually made themselves fall in love with you. They manifested that because the whole time they're focused on you. Now, regardless of, oh, I don't want you to take control or I want to have full power, the focus was still on you and you weren't focused at all on them. So that's why there's this sense where their energy completely changed. They're used to, having people then run after them, manipulate them, try to get them in a relationship. And here it is that you didn't do that. And it triggered their sense of abandonment, which actually made them want you even more. So, they actually manifested you. And so that doesn't mean that you'll take them back. Some of you guys will take this person back. Some of you guys won't. It's a hidden, it's a hidden truth. I was going to say, we're going to pull from the hidden truth, but understand it's a collective reading. Some of you guys will and some of you guys won't, but this person is going to try and come back into your life, wants to come back into your life. It's like this person like just feels like that they wish they could take back certain things that they said to you. I feel like they are in a place of feeling really bad about like certain things. Ooh, certain things. They are grateful for the spiritual lesson. And I feel like this person felt like they never really could emotionally connect to somebody. And here it is. It's like, wow, that I really do have feelings for you. I love you. Um, that's so again, this person like feels feels this way, about you. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Now I feel like for you, if we look and say again, like it's going to be a collective reading, so all of you are going to be different. We'll pull again to look at your hidden truths to see, because this person like now they all of a sudden want to come back. Well, again, for some of you, you guys really like are thinking about this person a lot. You're attracted to them too. You wonder if they're happy without you, and clearly they're not. And so, like again, you both are in separation. This person knows that they need to do healing. They're on their way back to doing healing. They want to come back, and you're open to it. Now, if this is a real divine connection, this person will come back in divine time, like which means that you're supposed to be doing healing work and they're supposed to be doing healing work. Now, if they're making their way back to you, they are doing their healing work. It's like they're realizing they want this connection and they know that they can't come into your life playing it the same way that they were playing it, which means that they're again actually going deep and doing the healing. And a person wouldn't know when their healing is done. And then you might say, oh, how long is that going to take? It could take anywhere from like a day to a week to a month. It's again in divine time. But it will be in the right time. So again, the card number one is magic for you. These are your inner child cards, confusion, shame, nurturance, hope, self-sabotage. So again, your inner child wounds are, and whenever we see shame, shame is meaning like, again, I'm not good, I'm not deserving, I'm bad. I'm not deserving of, I'm not open. We then will always see self-sabotaging energy. Like, again, not deserving. We get in our own way. So I feel like, again, that the nurturing here is really important because your person did not want to give it to this connection at all. They knew who you were, they didn't want to give you. And so, again, the nurturing and that really made you feel like not deserving, not good enough. And it was really confusing because, like, when you're a child and your parents are making you feel bad about yourself, like you're bad, like shame is bad, is that you're not then getting nurturing. And part of you then feels like you're bad and then not deserving, and that's the self-sabotaging energy. But there was still like this magic inside of you. And the magic inside of you is the God part of self, and that's the love, unconditional love. That's really our magic. Our magic is love, but it's also our psychic abilities, our spiritual gifts. It's um our talents, our interests, but here it is, I feel like, because in this space where, you know, it's uncomfortable if we don't feel good about ourselves, if we're embarrassed about ourselves. And again, shame is usually, there's usually a lot of embarrassing like energies that go with the energy shame. So we have to again heal that so that we see ourselves in a better light. But one way that children do, because they don't really know how to heal that, they just go through an experience and they associate themselves with the experience that's shameful. Well, the answer is through your magic, through your creativity. Your magic is where your gifts are. It's your essence. It's your creativity. It's your uniqueness. See, and I feel like you were always someone that was different growing up. And so your different, like, could be your sensitivity. And your sensitivity would be really create a lot of overstimulation when you were a kid, making you feel inadequate, making you feel, again, shameful, because every time it was time to perform, you got overstimulated again, and then you wouldn't be able to. Or you were, every time you were asked to, like, take a test, you get overstimulated, you fail it, whatever it was like whatever time that you were asked to do something, you got in your own way. You got in your own way because, again, this overstimulation. So, in the fact that your sensitivity created that, you felt inadequate. It was embarrassing. There was a sense of, again, not liking yourself, feeling again inadequate, not getting the nurturing that you need, instead of feeling loved and guided and protected from parents that should say, well, what's going on? You're getting overstimulated. What can you do? Like, well, what is overstimulation? Overstimulation is a form of anxiety, too much thoughts, too much emotion. So how can we heal that? Well, maybe again, taking your child then to do breath work or tapping or some sort of cognitive therapy, but it wasn't. Instead, you were shamed. You were made to feel bad about yourself. That's just an example of, again, like of why you would feel inadequate, or again, why you felt you know, bad about yourself. And it could be you were bad in school. It could be that you were just a bad kid, seen as bad. You like to, you know, you were curious. You didn't go along with everything that your parents wanted. Again, you couldn't have maybe even not been bad, but just it was projected onto you as if you were bad because someone made that parent feel bad. So again, in that trauma, you escape because children can't just leave. They escape and they go through the mind. And so those psychic energies become stronger because the senses become stronger. The internal life becomes stronger because that is where the child is. So there's still a lack of nurturing, though, because going into your head and psychically isn't going to isn't going to heal you, isn't going to give you, again, the energies that you need to be successful in the world. It's an escapism. So again, the shame is what really needed to be integrated, which is the self-sabotaging energy. And so that energy of maybe feeling not loved, not not worthy. And so putting up with a person that is making you feel not worthy, that's what this person came in doing. They made you feel not worthy, not good enough, too much time, too much effort, played a lot of games. You didn't care. What you learned a long time ago is that you put the energy into yourself. You found your own magic a long time ago because the way that you escaped shame was really to nurture yourself. So that could have been just to play, but this triggered you to integrate the spiritual lesson. And so that you could, again, really find your magic. So you could, again, move into completely new energy. And that new energy was to, again, first face your fears, like, and that fear could be, having someone that has so much power over you, or being in a relationship where someone like mistreats you. Here it is. It's like what Spirit is saying is people might try, but you're the person in charge of the type of relationship that you have. So no one can do that. And that your fears are just an illusion. Don't let them hold you back. It's more about confronting the fear. It was about aligning your actions with your heart's true desires to follow your passion. So here we see a person, but really Spirit is always saying, like, it's like you want to put your energy towards aligning your heart's desires, which are other passions, their hobbies, their interests. It's like what stirs up your soul, because then you can align yourself like with really the energy of the universe. You are then in alignment with the universe because you are doing what you love, embodying the new energy. So you can then attract someone that is going to be more in aligned with you. See, there's a part of you that tends to wind up getting into relationships, and that person, whoever it is that you're with, usually has a dominant energy, or I used to have a dominant energy, I should say, where you would kind of revert into their energy because they were manipulative, but you learned. And whatever this person tried to do, they couldn't to get your mind off, you know, off what it was that you were passionate about, what you're doing. You kept your focus on that. So you did that. And by you aligning your actions with your heart's true desires, this person came back around to you, because what they realized is it's either I'm gonna be in alignment with you or I'm gonna lose you. It's again breaking the silence. It's again to like be able to express your true feelings, to speak the truth. And that means by saying something, and also for this person to finally open up their mouth is what's happening. Because this is about, yes, it is moving into the unknown, but you both are the alchemists of your lives. So you needed to see a different outcome, meaning you don't always have to be subservient to somebody else. Somebody can come into your life and offer you very little, and you could again still be fulfilled by not offering anything to them. And you can see that person change and heal because there is no other option. See, if this person would have came in and you would have gave into it, they would have never changed. They would have expected you to settle for less and deal with it. And then most people enter into a relationship settling for less and then saying, well, I'm going to get what I want and just change it. And they don't understand why they can't change it. Because they say, I'm so good. I do everything for this person. They say that they love me, but they still won't give in by making me their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their significant other. They don't give me the respect. And the reason why is because you entered into the relationship by settling for less. It's again falling for their little games, playing games. They don't care if you react happy, sad, angry. Doesn't matter. It's the fact that you didn't react at all. They had nothing to work with. You commanded that they respect you, and you commanded that because, hey, you grew up in an environment where where you felt like you were shamed. Yeah, and that may feel to me not worthy of it or not good enough for it. It's again to be embarrassed by it. It's like, no. It's like you're not going to bring that energy back into me. I'd rather move into the unknown. Again, moving into a whole new direction. It's like where this person would never let you do that at this point. They're coming for you because again, this energy needs to be alchemized, but it needed to be alchemized in you where you could actually see that you could get what you wanted and a different version of yourself is what spirit's saying. But really, this person needed also to alchemize the energy because they were in a place of their ego due to their fears, due to their perceptions, and part of the reason why they love you is because you didn't give in to them. They respect you, they trust you. You created intimacy. Intimacy is trust at its basic level, and that's because you were true to yourself, regardless of this person doesn't want to be with you or not. It didn't matter to you. You were going to be fulfilled either way. And that terrified this person. So we leave it off with believe. I believe in myself, the beauty of life, and the goodness of God. Thus, I have the power to fulfill my dreams. This is totally your card. Like, it's like, because it's like the will of the Almighty supports you, and that your life is showered in divine light, and your heart opens to the power of the universe. So, Spirit's saying, you need to believe. You need to believe again that you have the power to fulfill your dreams. And that's what you were showing this person is like, I don't care. Because you are in your exquisiteness. You're creating energy. People's eyes are on you. This person is like, you're going to leave me behind. My games aren't working. I have no choice. I actually have feelings for you. You know, you made them have to look at themselves because you didn't react in any which way. They had nothing to work with. So I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated with this one. Crazy how the internet works when I'm doing, when I'm recording a Zoom, but it's not strong enough to do lives. I don't know what the hell is going on. I hope it works tonight. I have my show at 7 p.m. and I have a guest tonight. I have a astrologer slash psychic medium on my last show of Rewired. I'm going to be moved over to Social Goats for those of you that want to know. My TV show, my podcast, extra streams, educational classes are all going to be on Social Goats along with hundreds of other entrepreneurs, spiritualists, gamers. Just we're creating this platform that's really amazing. It's a combination between um, YouTube, Netflix, and Mind Valley. So, I mean, it's really powerful because there's so much information. The best of the best teachers and influencers are going to be on it. And you have the power to make money from being on this platform. It's a win-win-win-win-win. So again, really reasonable, like subscription, I think for about $35. But if you sign up now, there's no charge. Sign up now for there to be no charge. They're not charging anything right now. So sign up. Again, be on the first tier. It's again, we launch May 1st. Again, Social Goats, all my classes, everything. Again, one flat fee. No more, again, if you can't afford $1,000, $3,000, again, which is what my classes usually go for. Well, guess what? Join the platform Social Goats. Again, link in the description box. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.